All right, we back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And I will be doing another video later today. Maybe tonight. It'll be a draft blast for the Detroit Lions. We go back and look at past Detroit Lions draft. We got a playlist if you want to get caught up. We did a few last year. We did a few this year so far. And training camp battles will be coming up soon. So we're approaching training camp in July. But let's talk some Piston talk. And are the reports of the Pistons aggressively pursuing Russell Westbrook true? And I was doing another video on my other channel, and they are true. ESPN and the Athletics reported it. I dropped the article in the description. The Miami Heat and the Pistons are the two teams that are aggressively pursuing Russell Westbrook. So everybody saying it ain't true. People saying it is. People saying it ain't. It's true. Okay, the Pistons are aggressively pursuing Russell Westbrook. So, at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want Westbrook and not this and this and that. Hey, it is what it is, man. You ain't going to draft a Russell Westbrook, I don't think, in this organization. We got to give Stefanowski the benefit of the doubt. He not Jordan Bowers, Stan Van Gundy, Joe Dumars. But he ain't Jack McCloskey neither yet that we don't know of. But I think he did a good job last year drafting. So, Seoku, I wasn't a fan of that pick. But, hey, at the end of the day, you know, he a young bull, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And then he didn't get Kevin Porter. He must have seen something in his background he don't like. I know he got suspended for the rest of the season in the UFC, so maybe they didn't think he had a lot of hope. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. It seemed like he know exactly what he's doing with this franchise. So I'm going to just be quiet because I like what he done so far, acquiring Tony Snell, Markieff Morris, and a lot of other guys. So I'm cool with it, man. But I think so. I know a lot of people, you know, talk about Detroit hold Andre Drummond so high. He ain't that good, okay? I'm sorry. At the end of the day, he don't play defense. He ain't an offensive savant. He a rebounder, all right? At the end of the day, that's just my opinion on him. He'd definitely be in a deal. But what would I give up for Russell Westbrook? Anything besides Blake Griffin. I thought about it because I wouldn't give Blake Griffin up. And I know Blake Griffin from there and all. But if I'm going to go ahead and get Russell Westbrook and I want to compete in this new NBA Jam league where it ain't a super team of 4 or 5 no more, and you had that with Golden State, where it ain't Big Three, where Kawhi Leonard really changed. He changed how we look at the NBA, and you got, you know, Boston got Jason Tatum, and they got Kemba Walker, and then, you know, in LA they got Kawhi and Paul George, and then AD and LeBron, and then Indiana, they got Brogdon, and they got Victor Oladipo on the lesser scale, and then eventually Brooklyn to have Kyrie and Kevin Durant. So, you know, 2 might get you in there, man, because just think about it for a minute in the East. Let's just talk about the East for a minute. 2 might get you there because all these motherfuckers injury prone. LeBron is still 17th, 18th year. I mean, he's susceptible to being injured. You feel what I'm saying? AD, man, he always injured. Kawhi Leonard dealt with injuries. Paul George I'm just talking about the West right now. He dealt with catastrophic injuries. Chris Paul, he injured in Houston. That's their big 2 in James Harden. And then, you know, Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum may be the healthiest duo of them both, but nobody really putting them on a larger scale, especially after the year Jason Tatum didn't have. Victor Oladipo coming off a catastrophic lower leg injury. Michael Brogdon has some foot injuries. And then if you want to say not Brogdon, Turner is going to be the guy. He has some leg injuries. You know what I'm saying? Foot injuries, excuse me. So really, I mean, at the end of the day, Russell Westbrook, he had a little minor injury last year and a couple years ago. But he been overall healthy. And then if they able to really balance Blake minutes some more, I think Blake can be a little bit more fresher out there, in my personal opinion. So, like I said, if you able to get him and then Sayoko, he able to advance and develop, and I mean, you never know what you can have, because a lot of these dudes in the NBA, they don't play 82 games. The Pistons, I like that idea of bringing him in. I know a lot of people saying this like bringing Allen Iverson in. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But what would I give up? I would give up anything but Blake, because it defeats the purpose not to have Blake. I had to rethink about that. That defeats the purpose, because Blake and Westbrook, that's dynamic right there. Because at the end of the day, if you able to keep Langston Langston, if he able to knock down his open shots on a regular basis. I know if was the fifth, we all be drunk, right? He gonna have a lot of shots. He gonna have a lot of looks. Tony Snell gonna have a lot of looks on the wing. Kyrie Thomas, he shot the ball well. Sivy, he looking well in summer league from what I hear. A lot of these dudes just gotta hit simple shots. Simple open 3-point shots. And if I'm able to get Steven Adams in there, and I'm able to bring Westbrook there, I take it, because I know one thing: Steven Adams can rebound just like Andre Drummond can. He could defend better than Andre Drummond, and he seemed to have a better post game than Andre Drummond. He dominated Drummond last time when they went to Oklahoma City. I can't remember what happened when they came here, but I know Paul George and Westbrook beat him here. But I understand people who don't want to take the risk. But what you do got to remember is Andre Drummond is going to opt out of a $28 million extension. Player option next year. He going to hit the marketing. Do you want to give Andre Drummond $40 million plus a super max he probably be eligible for? Really? Because either way, if you don't bring Drummond back, okay, that clear the cap, but how you gonna get people to come to Detroit? People forgetting that. At the end of the day, Andre Drummond ain't worth the $28 million he getting this year. I don't care what y'all say. I ain't paying $30 million for a rebounder. If he can't defend like Ben Wallace or Mutombo, or be a presence down there, or if he can't score like Ewan and Robinson or McHale on the block, then what good is he? And then he can't extend his range out to 3. And the Pistons already tried to trade him. They tried to trade him to Memphis this year. And they had a trade in place when Van Gundy was here, and Tom Gore stopped it. But they tried to trade him to Memphis for Marc Gasol. For whatever reason they did, they tried to trade him for Memphis. Memphis said we didn't want him. That's a real story. So at the end of the day, they wouldn't have. I sent his ass to Oklahoma City in a heartbeat. Him, Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, and 2 unprotected firsts. Easily, if that's what they want, they can have him. Just send me back Steven Adams and Russell Westbrook. I'm cool with it. Adams, Blake, and Westbrook, we'll see what we can do in the East. Because Giannis is another guy. He don't play 82 games a year. Anything can happen with him. He's an animal. He's an animal. We still got Thon Maker. Hopefully he put a little bit of weight on. Hopefully that's true. It wasn't Photoshop. I think one that was super Photoshop. But for me, it's anybody but Blake is available. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it, man. And I'm not looking to give up 3 or 4 or 5 years worth of first round draft picks. No. Russell will be 31 this year or whenever, but you trying to go for it now. And if the Pistons are about, they really brought Blake in to sell tickets, what they'll do to bring Westbrook and put Blake here? Shit, man, the city, man, that motherfucker be packed every day, excuse my French. It'll be packed every day. They won't have to worry about just the Lions being packed. People go see the Pistons. People be lined up. They season tickets will be packed up. Eminem, Kid Rock, Trick, Ben, all them dudes be the electricity that they were able to pull in that building, man. That's whew. You talking about PR? If they want PR, woo. Russ and Blake, woo. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne Casey had 2 ballers to play with. It ain't like you losing much from Drummond and Steven Adams. If you can get him, you ain't losing nothing. You gaining a better defender. You gaining toughness down there. You still got Thon on the bench. You still got Markieff Morris. You still got Langston. Bruce Brown, I heard he looking all right. You got Kyrie Thomas if he can give you something. You got some players to develop, man. So Tom Gore said, man, he in the Ferrari like Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z. Switching lanes. He said, money ain't top down, money ain't a thing. He said, we looking to go into luxury tax for a difference maker. Brody a difference maker. I understand he don't get along, but maybe this might be a humbling experience. But I'm for it. Like anybody but Blake. Shit, we could trade Kid Rock over there. They want Eminem. You know what I'm saying? They want a lifetime or year supply of Coney's from American Coney Island. You want some chili cheese fries, squeeze, slice, shredded cheese, whatever you want it. Hey, man, I'll be down there. I ain't even gonna front. Because before I ended, the Red Wings held the city down for so long, bro. They deserve this break. I ain't with bashing the Red Wings. They did their thing for a long time. The Tigers made it to the World Series. Their bats got cold. They deserve a break. The Pistons, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We've been bad for all going on for this decade, but we was good the decade before. The Lions, they ain't got no excuse. Ain't no excuse for the Lions. Ain't no excuse. They need to win now. They the one team that ain't really carried the city before. They need to carry it this year with Patricia. But as Mercy Sports Talk, let me know what you guys think. Would you would or wouldn't give up for Russell Westbrook, or you just don't want him in general? Motor C Sports Talk. Don't feel me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. One time for the one time. We going.